Hey, what's going on, positive people? What's up, HCR fam, and welcome to the Be Positive Music Show. I am your host, B+, and of course, we're coming to you live right here on SiriusXM channel 154 and Holy Culture Radio. And yes, it's another hot day down here in Texas, but wherever you guys are tuning in from, I really do appreciate you guys stopping and checking out the show today. I always appreciate you guys spending your Saturday afternoons with me. Like I said, it's hot down here in Texas, and 116 and Reach Records are not letting up either with their 116 Summer 23 playlist. I have some new music coming from that during the first quarter of the show. During the second quarter of the show, I'm going to get into some nice freestyles. From time to time when artists drop their albums, they have like these little interludes that they refer to as freestyles or free verses. So I have a collection of about 3 or 4 of those I want to share with you guys. And of course, I always have a halftime pep talk. And today, I want to talk a little bit about conspiracy theories, just because there's been a couple of high profile celebrities over this past week that have fallen on some health concerns, some health problems. And it's been a little weird in a couple pockets on Twitter as it relates to believers and how they're responding to these stories. So I want to talk a little bit about that. I tweeted about it a little bit this week. But then after that, we have some dope music coming out of Africa. So we're going to take a look at some new music that's coming from the motherland in the CHH in the Christian hip hop world. And of course, the fourth quarter, I got to give you guys some Christian R&B. We have a number of good songs or new songs that came out. DJ Lost and Found has a good record out with Jared Sanders. We have some new Dante Bowe, some Limo Blaze, of course, as well. So you guys want to make sure you stick around to the very end of today's show. Like I said, we're going to kick off the first quarter with some brand new music from that 116 Summer 23 playlist. We're going to start off with the Christian hip hop goat himself, Lecrae. He has a brand new song by the name of Extra that is on that playlist. This is the Be Positive Music Show right here on SiriusXM channel 154, and we'll be right back.
I need extra, give me what you got though. Pull up to the drive-thru in a Diablo. Tell Chipotle don't be stingy with the guac, bro.
Giving out gems and jewels, they thinking it's Dipset. Hey, God, okay. A lot of folks tell us to stop, I ain't quit yet. God, niggas still speaking out loud, I don't wanna chit chat. Giving my problems to God and watch how he flip that. Watch how he. All my father know is blessings. Blessings. All my father give is blessings. Blessings. All my father know is blessings. Blessings. Blessings.
Back home, yeah, he brought me back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back home. Yeah, he brought me back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back home. Yeah, he brought me back. Yeah, I'm back. I said I'm back. Yeah, he brought me back home.
Alright, and welcome back to the show, the Be Positive Music Show, right here live on SiriusXM channel 154 and Holy Culture Radio. It's your host here, B+. And before we get into these freestyles, like I promised during the intro of today's show, I do want to let you guys know what you heard during the first quarter of today's show. Like I said, that was all from the 116 Summer 23 playlist. Wherever you guys are going to listen, stream, buy your music, make sure you are following Reach Records, because they're slowly rolling out this playlist. I believe it's up to maybe 7 or 8 songs right now. And that's what you just heard during the first quarter of today's show. So the first song that I played was Extra. That was by Lecrae. And then the next song that I played was Flip That. That was by Mike Teasy and also 6789th. I believe that he is an artist out of the UK. Don't quote me on that, but he is a very, very dope artist. And then the third song that I played, that goes by the name of Blessings. That is by Jay Newton and Rich Dan Famous. And then the fourth song that I played goes by the name of Back Home. That was by DKG Kai, featuring the big homie Lecrae. And before we hop over to our freestyles, I do want to say really quickly, I'm very excited that Reach Records is doing this playlist. They've been doing it for, I believe, the last 5 years. I believe it started in 2018, and it kind of started off with just really highlighting a lot of the Reach Records artists, and then over the years it's really just kind of morphed into this thing that is promoting and putting on the next wave of Christian hip hop artists, because it's not about only Reach Records, it's not only about indie tribe. It's not only about GOM, some of the bigger, larger, well, not say larger, but the more well-known Christian hip-hop artists and labels and collectives. It's about all of us. And I believe last summer Reach Records did this, they were doing these panel discussions called, I think it was called You Are the Movement, not We Are the Movement, You Are the Movement. Just really putting on a lot of the next wave of Christian hip hop artists. So I'm thoroughly convinced that what we are offering in the Christian hip hop space completely washes what's going on in the secular hip hop world and culture right now. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into these freestyles. As I promised, this first one I have up goes by the name of Parka Freestyle. It is by Abel, and he is representing North Philly. He is a bar spitter, so you guys want to make sure you are listening closely on this. This is the Be Positive Music Show, and we will be right back right after this.
Bro chosen the flow frozen, I need a Parker. Trying to find a balance between Mary and Martha. Do the work, spend the time, it's getting harder. My time bank precious, I shouldn't have to barter. If I withdraw from distractions, I'll probably get farther. Hey,
this is the moment. I on the go, don't see an opponent. Been in the trenches, been in my lowest. Feel like I've been getting closer. All of my dreams been staring at me. That's why I can't go through the motions. Forget my emotions, gotta keep going. Yeah, gotta keep going.
Trying to compete, so they panicking. Asking me questions like I'm a panelist. They steady watching mannequin. I don't crack easily, they scrambling. Making plays Hamilton. They don't know what they doing. Like they under new management.
Conversations with my mom, I see God's love in action. I just wanna take her past away, change the present, it's hurting. College grad, but that ain't give me a bag. Rather make me get in mine, watch it all pay off in time. But for now I'm busy making rhymes audible. By this time next year we'll be unstoppable.
It's halftime with B+. Time for that pep talk.
All right, and welcome back to the Be Positive Music Show right here on SiriusXM, Channel 154 and Holy Culture Radio. It's your host here, B+, and yes, you heard that right. It is time for the halftime pep talk. But before we get into our halftime pep talk, let me get you guys caught up with the freestyles that you just heard during the second quarter of today's show. So the first one goes by the name of Parka Freestyle. That was by Abel representing North Philly, and that was featuring DJ Mike LV. The next song you heard was Legendary, and that was by Aaron Cole, who is no stranger to the Christian hip hop world. And then the third song goes by the name of Girl Gang Freestyle, and that was by Relena Rochelle. I believe I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And that song was featuring KILLIN and Mikey. And then the fourth song was by the homie Cam. The name of that song was Right Way Freestyle. So with that being said, let's go ahead and switch gears and let's hop into our halftime pep talk. And like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about Christianity and conspiracies, just because there have been a couple of high profile celebrities that have run into some health issues. Tori Kelly, she experienced some blood clots, had to get rushed to the hospital. Praise God, she is starting to do better and turn the corner. And then the other celebrity, LeBron James' son, suffered cardiac arrest and had to get rushed to the hospital during one of his practices or workouts at USC. So both of those stories happened, and then in came some of the conspiracy theories about how this is related to COVID. All these people are dropping like flies because there was something in COVID, and it's this experimentation and all these different things. Just a whole lot of I won't call it mess, but a whole lot of things kind of tying and connecting the dots from COVID to these high profile cases. So the reason why this one kind of struck a little bit of a chord with me, just because, I mean, you can hear it in my show. It's not a sports show, but you can see the sports themes in it. I have a halftime pep talk, which you're listening to right now. I have a first, second, third, and a fourth quarter. All that is because basketball was a huge part of my life. I was blessed with the opportunity to play college basketball, and one of my college teammates, his name is Eric Marshall. We did ministry together on campus at Wofford. We were roommates, best friend, just a really, really solid guy. And he actually suffered a cardiac arrest while playing basketball in 2009, but he wasn't so lucky. He passed away. I talk to my wife all the time, just because I probably bring up Eric at least once a month, just because we were really close. And it's, you rarely find somebody in your life that you can be very close with, you can be very transparent with, and it can actually help you in multiple areas of your life, just not only in your faith, but just as a man. In our sport, we were extremely close, and to lose somebody like that is tough. So when I hear stories like this, it strikes me a little bit differently. Just like with Damar Hamlin, it just struck me a little bit differently. And it's interesting that at times Christians can hop on a conspiracy, and I'm not saying that conspiracies can't be true. I mean, every good conspiracy has a little bit of truth in it. Every good lie has a little bit of truth in it. But sometimes we're connecting dots that may not be there. And I'm not saying that dots are or are not there and that they can't and they're not connected. What I'm saying is we have to be careful sometimes, because when we dive too headfirst into things like this, it can actually weaken our credibility, and it can damage our witness even when we're talking with people about our faith, because our faith is a faith. We have to take a leap of faith to believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And in talking to somebody and witnessing to somebody, you're going to have to ask them to take a leap. And sometimes when you're dealing with these type of conspiracy type situations, you're asking people to take a leap as well. And if you're diving too much into this conspiracy stuff, it can really damage your credibility. And I was just kind of wrecking my brain to try to think about why is it sometimes that we can find ourselves, or from what I've seen sometimes, that Christians can kind of dive headlong into conspiracy. And I think it's just because our desire to feel like we have an answer to the chaos. We want to feel a sense of control, and we can do that if we can feel like we're a part of it, a part of the inside. I mean, all of us have been on the outside of an inside joke. You walk up to a group of friends, something happens, everybody busts out laughing, and you're just kind of sitting there, like not understanding what's going on. And I feel like sometimes in life, Christians, because we do have the answer, we do have the key, we feel like we have to be on the inside, or feel like this is in some way in touch with, even in some cases, like prophecy or knowing what's going on behind the curtain. So I just want to caution us as we deal with each other over social media. And I tweeted about my best friend Eric and a little bit about that story. And I received some comments of people just making comments of like, well, the government's done this before, that this really wasn't what the government said in the past. And I just didn't respond. I didn't respond to some of them just because I knew of the stories they were talking about, and it just really wasn't going to be a fruitful conversation. So I encourage you guys just to proceed with caution as these type of stories and things pop up, and just so we don't, in the long run, damage our witness or kind of be like the boy who cried wolf. And because I feel like sometimes you only have so many shots to witness to people, and you don't want to ruin it over something that is really not worth the energy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get back into some music. I have a brand new song. The name of the song is System Error. It is by a group in Nigeria. They go by the name of Right Path. I'll tell you a little bit more about them on the back side of this music break. You guys keep it locked right here on the Be Positive Music Show. I am B+, and we will be right back.
Feeling like a hound dog in a blood sport. Them mistakes that they got caught in this onslaught. Steady knocking like Concon till they comfort. Cause the souls with the outcome in the long haul.
To pull out the system, boy, I broke the game. Everyone high in demand, captured see through my lens. To pull out the system, boy, I broke the game. Everyone high in demand, captured see through my lens.
Come again, the future we made, the blood that he paid, the people await, the coming of age. You love it or hate it, you gotta face it. Caught in my blessings, run out of pages, yeah. God made a way for me, took control of my destiny. What he did, I couldn't believe. Yeah, give me the victory.
But I just put it on God, 'cause I know Oluwa is involved. No matter the challenges where I face, I know the shame and I know the fear. Many things they saw, but I just put it on God.
Who else can I call? I'm in need of someone I can lean on.
Hey yo, yo, what's happening, positive people? This is your boy Limo Blazy, aka God's favorite baby, aka Limo Blazy. Yo, and you are now tuned in to Be Positive Music Show with B Plus, right here on Holy Culture Radio.
It's the fourth quarter. Time for some Christian R&B.
All right, and welcome back to the show, the Be Positive Music Show. I am your host, B Plus, live right here on SiriusXM, channel 154 and Holy Culture Radio. Let's hop into this third quarter recap. The first song that you heard goes by the name of System Error. That is by Right Path. Now, Right Path is a collective of artists out of Nigeria. The artist that I am most familiar with of that group is Easy by Wizzy. I follow him on Twitter. We follow each other and we interact quite a bit. And I believe they have a festival. I guess maybe think about Indie Tribe, think about Heaven on Earth, and that's what Right Path is over in Nigeria. Also on that song, there's an artist by the name of Cridcore. I believe I'm pronouncing his name right. Also O'Shea, and there's a few others. I don't want to mispronounce their names, but they are a dope collective. Make sure you go check out Right Path, and that's spelled RYTPATH, Right Path. So the next song that I played goes by the name of Winds. That was by Vic Lucas. And then the third song goes by the name of Put It On God. That was by Limo, Blaze, and Anatoria. Anatoria. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. I'm butchering these names. You guys be gracious with me. So let's go ahead and get into this fourth quarter. The first song that I have up is by DJ Lost and Found, Jared Sanders, and Frankie Bells. The name of the song is Beautiful. It's a beautiful song. You guys keep it locked right here on the Be Positive Music Show.
Be looking to mess, you be looking to trust. I be thinking them less, you be thinking of love, and I be under the rest. Money looking a little too bummy for the stretch, but it's two sides to it like it says on the A side.
Baby, Papa not there, fail me. When I'm weak, now you be my power. Run to you cause you're my strong tower. Daily, oh.
Blessings all over me. Goodness and mercy, they follow me.
Make it easy on me. Caught up in my feelings. You give me a healing. Oh, you make it easy on me. Oh, fighting too many voices. None of them were important because you always.
All right, it's your host B Plus, and this has been the Be Positive Music Show right here on Holy Culture Radio, SiriusXM channel 154. As always, I really do appreciate you guys spending some time and rocking it here with me on these Saturday afternoons or early evenings, depending on where you're listening from. But unfortunately, we have reached the end of today's show. But before we get out of here, let's get you guys caught up with what you just heard. During the fourth quarter, the first song you heard was Beautiful. That was by DJ Lost and Found, Jared Sanders, and Frankie Bells. The next song you heard was Daily. That was by Ryan Ofe, Limo Blaze, and Becca Folks. And then the third song you heard was Easy On Me. That was by Dante Bowe, and that is off of his new project that just came out, I believe, last week. And again, the name of that song was Easy On Me. So with that being said, you guys can feel free to find me over on Twitter. I can be found at DJ_B_plus. You can also feel free to go over to YouTube. I have a ton of Christian hip hop content over there. You can just type in B Plus Music and you should see my smiling face over there. If you guys have been following me for a little while, last year I did a bracket with a few of my friends, and we just walked through the 116 summer playlist. We're thinking about doing that again. We were all in the chat this past week trying to figure out a time where we can possibly do that and get that set up. So you guys want to make sure you go over there. If you're listening right now on Holy Culture Radio or SiriusXM, there is a visual version of this show that will be going up really soon as well. So Also, make sure you go over to Spotify, type in Be Positive Music Show. You will find playlists of all the songs that I play here on the show. And for all the latest, go over to holyculture.net and you will find out a ton of information of all the personalities right here on Holy Culture Radio, as well as a lot of events that may be going on in your area. I believe the last thing I have is just a thank you guys for all the people who voted during the Spin Awards for all your favorite Holy Culture personalities. So I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how all that shakes out. So for all my SiriusXM listeners, for all my Holy Culture listeners, I really do appreciate you guys kicking it with me here today. I am B+, and until next time, peace in, confusion out, and be positive.
It's new wine scan for new wine. Turn it up.
Turn it up loud.
Holy Culture Radio.